Hey guys, it's Miss G from Miss G's Room 30, and I'm here to show you a quick how-to tutorial on how to make your very own custom nameplates, name tags, or table tents for your classroom. It's quick, it's simple, and it can be anything you'd like it to be. Let's get started. So I have PowerPoint open. I'm using the desktop app. Some of you may use the web-based app. I find that this one has more options if we're trying to do something a little bit more complex. I am just going to open a new PowerPoint slide deck, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, here are all my different tabs here, and when I go to design, in this updated version, I can see over here slide size. I'm going to click on the downward arrow because I want to change the size of this slide so it's the exact size of an 8.5 by 11 piece of printer paper, so that when I'm designing I can know exactly how it's going to look when I press that print button. So I'm going to go to custom slide size, and I always like to work with it wider. So I'm going to put this to 11 inches, and my height is then going to be 8.5 inches. And I'm going to keep it landscape because, again, I'm making name tags. So in my mind, I'm going to visualize them as they would go on a student's desk or wherever you may be putting them. And I'm going to press OK. I'm just going to maximize it. And this may look like a square to you, but it will print very true to size when it comes to an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So I'm going to go back to my insert menu here, and I just want to get my base lines for my template. And so I'm going to go to insert a shape. I'm going to make these very simple because I'm trying to do this in 5 minutes or less. I'm going to draw what would be, you know, your typical nameplate. Now, I don't want it to be blue. I'm going to go to no fill. I want to fill it with my students' names. I'm going to go to the outline, and I want that to be black. But I also want it to be a little bit heavier, a little bit more pronounced. So these are different options you can play around with. And because I'd like to save paper, that still has a little bit of a blue tint to it. Do I have a shadow on it? Shadow, I want to do black. Shape effects. No presets. Okay, I'm just making sure that I'm not seeing blue. Okay, I'm going to center this, and I'm going to make 2 nameplates per page to save on paper and less time. Now, eventually, I'm going to insert a text box here. Again, you can just double click in PowerPoint, or you can go to text box right here, and this is where I'm going to have the student's name. Now, another thing about the PowerPoint desktop app is that you can download free or purchased fonts of your liking. I have a few in here, but I'm going to go with something just pretty awesome. Forte Forward, so you can tell that I've downloaded this. That looks kind of fun. Maybe if I have like a superhero themed class. And I'm going to write student name. Now the reason I'm going to do this is because I'm going to be duplicating this little template, like a mini template that I'm making here, when I finally get it to look the way I want. So here's my student name, and you may, depending on your student's name, have to resize this as you type in the name. More tips on that later. So I'm going to go smaller. You can put anything you'd like that fits your classroom on these, but again, before you start making multiple name tags, I would recommend getting one just the way you like it. So now I'm going to add a little something here. I love this website that is pngtree.com. You can see it here. And now I'm a member, so I have 30 free downloads, well, not free, but 30 purchase downloads per day, which is a lot. You can buy them individually. There are free ones. I'll drop a link to the site in the comments here, but I wanted, let's do like a superhero theme. That font was a little superhero-ish. So I'm just gonna look for an image. I don't know why that didn't search superhero quickly. And why I like this website is because, oh, and you can have multiple superheroes. I like this guy. I like this site because you can't, there are a lot of different file types, and it gives you all of these, very cool. But you can download most of them as PNGs. Now, PNG files typically are the pictures that have a transparent background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this PNG. You can also find them for free on Google. Make sure you're not violating anything copyright. It downloaded right here. I'm going to open it, and here I'm going to actually just, I could double click it and press copy, or I could also do my shortcut Control-C. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint. I am going to add this to my slide, and it actually didn't take the background off, which is interesting. That's okay, because PowerPoint is very advanced now from what it used to be, and there is this remove background button right here in the picture format menu. So I'm going to actually remove the background, and you just have to make sure that all the purple is what it's going to remove. And you can even zoom in, but that looks pretty good. So I'm going to keep changes, and boom. Now I have a background-less superhero. And again, this is a very basic name tag, but it might be just what you need, something basic. So I now, because of this picture, I'm going to actually, let's center the student name. Let's make his feet drop down a little bit more so that big mighty fist pump is just a little bit bigger. Again, depending on the student's name, you may need to go to 2 lines if you're going to do first and last name. Or whatever it is that you want. That's what's awesome about learning how to do this, because there are no limits when it comes to your creativity. So here's a trick. I am holding down the left mouse button, and I am going to select all of this. That makes, well, let me press, so it looks like it only selected the border. So I'm going to go in holding down Shift. I'm going to select my superhero, there we go, and select my text. I can either group this by double clicking on this whole thing. Let me try that one more time. Sometimes when I go too slow, I lose my... Okay, so again, I'm just going to click and drag. It should... I'm going to press Control-C. I want to copy and duplicate the whole group. I'm going to go Control-V now. I love keyboard shortcuts. And I'm going to put it down here just so I have enough room to cut it out once it's printed. And now if you look over here in the preview pane, I have 2 identical name tags. That easy. Now, I said wait until you start duplicating because you want to get your template the way you want it, because watch this. By clicking on the actual slide over here on the left, I can press Control-D, as in dog, and I can duplicate this slide as many times as I want. So I'm thinking I have a class of 20 students. I now have 10 slides that have 2 name tags or nameplates on them each. And now I can begin typing in my names very quickly. I can hit all of these depending on how many words you can type per minute and how well you can recall your students' names. You could have this done in maybe 2 minutes. So here we go. And I can go on and on and on. And what you have here now is a PowerPoint presentation that is sized to match 8.5 by 11 paper that's going to be printed right out of your very own classroom or home printer. No special size paper. You can even use cardstock. You can laminate them, anything that you'd like, and voila, we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Print, and you can see right here on my home Canon printer, I can print full page slides, and I will actually show you how they come out. So that's it. How to simply use PowerPoint to create custom name tags or nameplates for your very own classroom based on your theme or your need in just a matter of minutes. No more wasting time searching the great World Wide Web, even though there are a lot of great resources out there. Thanks!